everyone, it's NyxSims, and this is Micro Living the Speed Build. So I sat down one afternoon and I decided to build this home. It's a one bedroom, one bathroom. It would be a starter build, but it's kind of like 69,000 simoleons, I believe. So it's not necessarily a starter home because it's kind of costly. I used items from every single pack, and expansion pack, stuff pack, and game pack. So needless to say, probably have to have all of the items in the game to download this home, or you can just it'll substitute items that you don't have for in the game that you don't have, and it'll just substitute them. So this is me just putting a roof on top of the house so that I can have a freeze, I think that's what it's called, a freeze on it, or just that little border right there, just so that it gives a little extra added detail to the home. I put a fountain in this home, kind of near the end, I believe, to have a little bit more detail in it, so it's not so plain. This is me just trying to cut out the roof portion of it. I spent a little while doing this. I don't know. I was just experimenting, playing around, trying to make sure that I didn't I didn't cut out the roof inside the home and only did it on the exterior. So it turned out pretty good. And then I lift these flowers to the ceiling of the home. Whenever I ended up downloading this later, or I reloaded the game, those flowers ended up on the floor again, just right in front of the door, so I had to relift them up. It might do that for you if you download this home. It's actually on the gallery right now. You can find it by looking up hashtag NyxSims or hashtag microliving. So you should definitely go check that out and let me know what you think. And I used the two different heights for the half walls. For the half walls that are on here, I used different heights, and I used this medium sized, wow, stuttering today. I used the medium sized wall height to be able to add these windows that came with Get Together, the game pack, or the expansion pack, actually. Excuse me for doing that incorrectly. So, and I used the same door from Get Together as well, just to provide a lot of light in this home to make it seem very modern and airy, even though it's a small space. I feel like they kind of look like bifold windows. I feel like they're windows that you could probably push to one side. I don't know if you've ever seen those. I've seen quite a few of them in homes where it's all a bunch of windows, and you unlatch it and you can push the large panes of windows into the wall, or even just onto the last window portion, so that you have a extremely open living space. So I used those windows because I thought it would go pretty well with that. I used tile or stone in the living room and the kitchen, and then I used a white wood on the hallway, bedroom floors, and then a tile in the bathroom. I just wanted to try something different, something a little bit more modern, kind of outdoorsy feel in it to this home, than just kind of going with that natural element into the home. I ended up doing a light gray walls, and then I ended up with a couple of darker ones and a few accent walls in this home as well. Actually, it's not really, it's more brown than gray, actually. Instead of, I thought it was gray. I was trying to find a gray, but I kind of felt that the gray was too much because the stone, two different shades of gray, and then the black windows as well wasn't a really good fit. This is me actually just working on the living room right now. I end up changing this living room chair and trying to figure out how I was going to get this to fit and actually still look good. And I actually ended up using that chair and a different rug. I have so much custom content in my game, and trying to build a home without it, I kind of have to start hunting for it. I try different variations of living room furniture to see what fits, what doesn't. This I started to use, and it was just a lot of brown. I actually put a brown carpet, I believe, in here too. Yeah, I used this brown carpet, and then I ended up changing this carpet to orange and white. I know I've used that in quite a few of my builds. It's just that orange and white, it just goes, for that kind of pattern, it looks really good. It looks good in the brown and white too. It just not for this home. It was too many earth tones were in here, and I needed a splash of color. I ended up changing that that living room table as well. I put this large screen, flat screen TV in the room, and I was trying to find some cabinets to put on top and on the bottom, and trying to make it seem like a built-in entertainment center. I think I keep those cabinets, and you'll probably see me go through and try to put some, right here, put some floating cabinets on the top, and it didn't look that great. The stone pieces on there just wasn't meshing too well, so I just left the bottom cabinet and put a picture above it, that picture right there, just to fill in that empty space. Adding a couple of bamboo plants in here for bringing some green bright color in. I will actually end up changing this furniture around, this orange chair and gray cabinets, and then put a bright colored flower in there, and this green, this orange orange rug, and that's kind of how I end up leaving the living room. I am layering 3 of the mirrors that came with Spa Day, and this is me just switching out that coffee table to the one with the green plants underneath it. But that coffee table, or that table's the living room, not the living room, the entryway. The entryway stays the same. Just something real simple. Keep it that modern, clean feel to it, and just looking for a couple of decorations to put on the table. Some clutter, and I end up enclosing this living room area like a little half wall. First I try to use this divider in here, and it doesn't look too good. It looks like it's a little bit too much, and it blocks the room off. And I just wanted something that you can just easily divide the space. So this is me just putting a half wall in, just moving the carpet so that all of the furniture is touching the carpet. All the living room furniture is touching the carpet. I have a thing about that. No floating rugs in the middle of the room. And I move on to the kitchen. It actually end up shortening the cabinet space that's right there and making that a kitchen slash dining room, so your Sims have a place to eat, a little small place to entertain if they have a couple of friends that they want to have over. I stick with that table and those bright green chairs and then 2 white ones to offset it. And then I will put 2 rugs underneath the underneath the table as well, and I end up shortening that room because it's just a little bit too big for what I wanted, and I didn't need all the extra space, so I just colored just moved it in and moved the dining room table furniture, not table. And that's me. I just added a couple of windows, and I'm looking for smaller windows to stick underneath the cabinets right there to have a little extra lighting in the room because the lighting isn't that great. So I'm looking for just smaller windows that aren't custom content, and I end up using more windows from the expansion pack get together. I believe that's where those came from. I'm just adding some cabinets. Brown. I stick to a lot of earth tones in here. I think the bedroom, I might change it up to something a little bit brighter. Can't remember all too well. I left that gap in there for the oven range hood. I'll use one of the smaller cabinets and then put one of the range hoods on underneath it so that it looks like it fits in. That wall right there, I end up putting, just bringing that, enclosing the room a little bit more, and that column wouldn't wrap around the wall correctly, so I tried removing the move objects sheet and trying to get it to fit, and it didn't work, so I just stuck it back on and put it in there and figured it was just a little bit of a glitch. I could live with it. And I will put another cabinet on top of the fridge, just that little end cabinet, so just to keep it free flowing, and I put the stove in and a washer and a washing machine, words, a dishwasher, a dishwasher and a sink. I put a popcorn maker and an ice cream maker, just a couple of extra added items in the home. I don't end up putting a coffee maker in because I figured there was too much, and I added the trash bin just right off that kitchen table. It's really small. I don't know who uses such a small bin in their kitchen. I have quite it's decent height. I guess I'm looking at it from a different perspective, so I think it would be small, but it's probably a pretty decent sized bin. It's a plant in the corner, and those are the 2 rugs that I put underneath the table to bring a little bit of that orange into the dining room. And the green obviously is brought into the living room by the plants and a little bit in that living room chair. And I added a couple of accent walls in there. They're more of a purpley grayish color. And then I put that green right behind the living room. I think that looks pretty awesome. I just turned turned it to night so I can add a couple of lights in, and then I used a lot of these those chandeliers, and when I was taking the pictures I was like, that's a little bit too many. There's too many chandeliers. So if you would just want to go ahead and remove a couple of them and add your own lighting, I wouldn't fault you on that. Or, it's the whole point of downloading the home is change it so that it'll suit you and your Sims. And feel free to download and change the home up, and definitely just post me, just post on my site so I could take a look if you do any changes. I'd love to see somebody actually changing it up, and no, that would be cool. Um, so I just added a couple of hallway rugs. Actually, that end of that hallway, you could put a computer desk and a chair. I was planning on doing that, and I kind of forgot about it. Because I just got caught up in the bathroom and the bedroom and adding pictures and decorative items, and I used that same picture that had different variations of it 3 times. One in the hallway, one in the bedroom, and one in the living room. So they all look different, and I actually managed to put a closet in, which is really neat. I haven't used closets before, so it's a cool idea, a cool thing to add into the home. And this is me actually making the home smaller. Normally I'm actually making the home bigger to fit things, and it's nice that I can actually downsize the home and put big windows in. So a lot of natural light, and making sure that the windows match up properly on each side of the bed. I can't stand having an off-centered window. I don't know. I have to have the windows either directly in the middle of the bed or 2 on either side. A little bit of OCD, and I just use a little bit of the basic bedding, and just a few pictures and lighting. Not too much to put in the room, and a large carpet to help break up the wood that's in there, and some bamboo plants for some greenery in here, and just another plant there in the corner, just to add a little bit of decorative something. And I noticed that I actually had the rug kind of sticking out, so I just pushed it back over. The soaking tub, it would be great. And I put these long cabinets in here, and windows or mirrors, and it's pretty much getting close to the end of the video. And I add a toilet, and I actually forget to add sinks in this bathroom, so you might want to do that if you download the home, please. And then I added this lighting motif, just something, I don't know, I thought looked kind of neat. Tried to make sure that it matched properly, and just stuck a toilet in there, and just another window. And that's, I got thing, I was like, oh, I forgot a window, and then I forgot I forgot the sinks, so my bad. You'll have to forgive me. I put wood on this home, to stick with that modern flair. I think that with these asymmetrical roofs, that would look good. Just the natural wood, and like the micro living, and just, I would think it would be like composite or reclaimed, refinished wood, whatever people like to call it. I've heard so many names for the same thing: wainscoting, clapboard, just, I mean, there are so many words to call everything. So we're getting close to the end of this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching my video. And yeah, I hope everybody has a pleasant day, night, morning, something, whatever, wherever you're at. And so it'll just, oh, I completely forgot about here I am trying to close this video, and I totally forgot about the this in the video. the fountain that I was talking about earlier when I first started this video. I said I put some fountains in, and I don't know why I completely forgot that I did that. I mean, I did it just real small and just a little coating around it and some more jets to spew out of the water so it gets a little bit more depth to it. And then I started painting on the pathway, and I felt that it didn't look that good, so I just put some tiling down and threw some plants on the corners with just a few different variations of all the new stuff from Romantic Garden. Actually, I figured I was using. It really looks cool how it looks like it's climbing up on the stuff. So yeah, now this is actually the end of the video. We're here. So, I extended that a little bit. And so please let me know what you think, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for watching.